sixth graders, this is the math lesson for Wednesday, April 1st, for lesson 98, and this is fraction, decimal, percent equivalence. So fractions, decimals, and percents are three ways to express the parts of the whole. We should be able to change from one form to another. In the following problem sets, you're going to be asked to complete tables to show equivalent fractions, decimals, and percents. And remember, they are all showing the same equal parts. So for our example, we're given a table to complete. For number 1, we're given the fraction 1/2 that we then have to change to a decimal and a percent. So for the fraction 1/2, we have the work shown on your page, so follow along there. We have 1/2, and we're following exactly what we did on Tuesday's work with turning a fraction into a decimal. They've divided 1 by 2 and found the decimal equivalent of 0.5. Now to turn the fraction 1/2 into a percent, we've multiplied 1/2 by 100%. So notice we have 1/2 times 100% over 1. Once we multiply and reduce, we find that our answer is 50%. Now for number 2, we are given the decimal 0.3. So we then have to change that into a fraction and a percent. We have our work shown there on page 469. 0.3, remember we take that and we put it over a denominator that equals the number of places that we have in our decimal. So for our decimal, 0.3, 3 is in the tenths place. So we'll put 3 over 10 for a fraction of 3/10. To turn 0.3 into a percent, we can multiply 0.3 times 100%, and once we follow with our decimal points and go through with the multiplication, we find that our answer is 30%. And then for number 3, we are given the percent of 40%. So we need to turn that into a fraction and a decimal. So look how they did it here. 40% as a fraction. Remember that all percents go over 100 to turn them into a fraction. So we have 40 over 100, reduce it to lowest terms possible, and we get 2/5. To turn 40% into the decimal, remember we just place the decimal point to the left of our number, so we would have 0.40. Drop the 0 at the end since we don't need it, and that gives us the answer of 0.4. So for your practice, you are completing the table. So again, very simple. We're following steps that we've already done before. You're turning your fractions into decimals and percents. So remember, to turn your fraction into a decimal, divide the numerator by the denominator, adding your decimal point where it is needed. For the percent, you are multiplying your fraction or your given decimal by 100% in order to get that. So again, if you have any questions, call me or text me anytime during school hours, and I will help you out. We can set out a video conference, whatever you need to help. Just let me know. Have a great day.